Okay, then. I'm going to put down an island, and then I'm going to spend 4 in order to cast the Aven Fisher.
Nice creature loadout. Put into a graveyard.
And I
oh,
will end.
Cool. So he's a Rune Wing. He's a soldier. He's a soldier Rune Wing. His Rune Wing also is a 2/2 with flying that gives you a card when he dies. Okay, more mana, more power. I'm gonna put down. Of course, he's got flying. I'm gonna put down a quicksand, and then I'm gonna pay a green and a colorless for the treetop bracers.
All right.
I love this card. I'm gonna attach it to the Bogarden Fire Fiend. I should mention that he can only be blocked by creatures with flying, but pretty much all of your creatures have flying, so I guess we'll see. Modifying power and toughness. I'm also going to pay another 3, colorless, for the Loxodon Warhammer. So now we got a bit of a situation here. So I'm going to go into my attacker step, and I'm going to swing into you with the... well, I mean, it's kind of redundant now. I'm going to swing at you with Civic Wayfinder.
All right. I'm going to block the Civic Wayfinder with my Aven Fisher.
All right. So they kill each other, and you draw a card. And I will end my turn.
Okay. That is definitely a thing that I wanted. So I'm going to spend 2 in order to cast Pacifism on your Bogarden Fire Fiend.
Yeah, I was afraid that might happen.
And then I'm going to spend 3 in order to cast Ambassador Liquatus.
The Ambassador.
And I will end.
Oh, so you like having dudes on the field who can do things. Yes, because doing things is very, very important. I'm going to pay 3, colorless, and forest, and another forest. Whatever. Gonna attach the Loxodon Warhammer to Llanowar Elves.
Okay.
Now he's a 4/1 with lifelink. I think he has another ability too. Which one is it? Lifelink and Trample. Cool. Which actually would apply right here. And then next, I'm gonna pay 1 in order to cast nothing. I'm not gonna do that. But instead, for my land play, I'm going to put down a Terramorph and crack that for a... Probably a... Yeah, I'm going to need a green. Okay, so I got the green going for me. Or red. No. I'm gonna go mountain. Sorry, still learning. Mountain.
Okay.
And, yeah, let's go into combat and swing into you for 4 with lifelink and trample.
Alright, I'll take 4.
And I gain 4. Wonderful. I'm going to end my turn now.
Okay, then. That is not the thing that I need, but because it's not the thing that I need, I don't think I'm going to play it. Alright, I'm going to spend 5 in order to cast Traumatize.
Oh, shit balls. Put the top half of the... That's a pretty fucking big drop from 46. Okay, so I'm going to put the top 23 cards into my graveyard, and there's a good chance...
Can I hit the
You
Platinum
want to hit
Angel?
the Platinum Angel. This is like the best way to kill him. Okay, is he in the graveyard now? The Platinum Angel is in the graveyard now. You got him. Good job.
Alright, and with that, I'm going to swing at you for 1.
Dang it. Oh, so you think you can mill me to death? You think you can mill me to death? That's actually commentating on the state of the Magic meta is everybody trying to mill each other to death.
Which is not accurate because, like, there is a mill archetype in Standard right now. I've never actually fucking seen it, though.
I'm going to pay 5 in order to cast the Razormane Masticore.
Yay!
Of all the baddies you hit, you didn't hit this one.
All right, so I'm going to take 4. 1, 2, 3,
And
4.
I am gaining a conspicuously high ironic amount of health because I think my win-lose condition has changed.
All right, so I'm still down specifically a white. So I'm going to put down the Suntail Hawk, and then I'm going to have Ambassador Laquatus milling for 3.
Milling for 3. All right, the Ambassador. How very persuasive. God damn it, you killed the Chitinal Flute.
And the Ornithopter.
And the Ornithopter would have grabbed. Haha. Okay, upkeep time. It's Massacre fun.
I tried to tell you, dude. Chitinal Flute is not a thing you want in this
I'm
deck.
going to discard a Llanowar Elves because Razormane Massacre will kill itself if I don't. At the beginning of my draw step, deal 3 damage to target creature, and of course that's going to be Ambassador Laquatus.
Okay.
And then I draw a card. Alright, so I'm going to pay 1, cast Raging Goblin. He's a 1/1 with haste, and he hates people. I'm going to put down a Terramorphic Expanse, which I'm going to deal with later. Combat time. I'm going to swing at you 5/5 with First Strike, 4/1 with Lifelink, and 1/1 with haste.
Alright, I'm going to have my Suntail Hawk block the Llanowar Elves.
It has Trample. I should mention it has Trample.
Yes, it does.
So, do you still want to block it?
Yes,
Okay,
I do.
so, blocking. No other blockers declared. Let's go to damage step.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Suntail Hawk
Wait, it
is
should be 3.
dead.
Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 1. And Suntail is dead, as is Llanowar Elves.
So 3, 5, correct. Okay, so Llanowar Elves is dead. I gain 4 health. I'm up to 29. And the Warhammer falls off. I'm going to unattach it. Yoink. And kill the Elves. Untap the Warhammer. Let's go to main phase 2, because now I have an active equipment on the battlefield, except that my fucking Razormane Massacre is about to die because I overextended. I'm going to crack the Terramorphic Expanse in order to get a forest. If that...
You still got 3 to put it on the Raging Goblin, though.
I do have 3 to put it on the Raging Goblin, yes. So I'm going to do that because my Trample is going to put you in a bit of a predicament. Okay, so now my Raging Goblin is a 4/1 with Lifelink and Trample. 4/1. Yoink. It's tapped, and I'm going to end my turn.
Alright. I drew into Tidings. Okay, that's game. I'm going to spend 5, cast Tidings.
Because you didn't
And,
rely
1, 2, 3,
on the
4.
wisdom of the 0-drop Ornithopter.
The 0-drop Ornithopter would not have saved me, for the record. I did actually get into the other planes I needed after Tidings, but I don't have my other big thing that I need to do. So I will end.
All right. Well, at the beginning of upkeep, because I'm stupid, Razormane Massacre kills himself because I'm unable to draw cards. I'm going to draw a card and go into the main phase. Pay 2 to cantrip into a stun, targeting the Bogarden Fire Fiend. He can't block this turn. He was thinking about it, but he can't do it anymore. Draw a card.
He already couldn't block this turn because of pacifism.
I'm going to pay 2 for a Goblin Lore. Draw 4. Discard 3 at random. I apologize to anybody who was hoping for a speedy end to this game. Reveal a random card to all players. Get to encampment.
Get to.
Reveal a random card to all players. Get to.
Get to.
Reveal random card to all players. Mary.
And Mary.
Too bad. Die. Okay. And then, I could still do stuff. I'm going to fucking pay 1 for a Commune with Nature. With the few cards that I still have left in my deck. Towards the top 5. I did not hit another card that I wanted, but I did get a Llanowar Elves. The rest of these cards get shuffled back into my library at the bottom. Pay a health. Crack the forest for Llanowar Elves. Summoning Sickness. Attack phase. Swing for 4th for the game.
No.
It's like watching a freight train coming in slow motion.
All right then. So, this was actually much more fun than I thought it would be, despite the fact that I got my ass kicked. There are a couple of specific cards I did not get to play that I wanted to show
Like
off.
the Dross Crocodile. I know. Everybody's wondering when the Dross Crocodile will ever be playable.
Well, no, because I'm pretty sure Dross Crocodile is
It
black.
is black.
But,
It's awesome.
and that's why it's not here, because neither of us chose to run black.
Zombies.
But I actually have quite a number of
Holiday.
combat tricks in here that I didn't get to play. So I'm kind of sad that they didn't show up. There was a mulligan that I had where I had my actual win con, which was a Glorious Anthem.
Creatures you control.
And I didn't get to play that either.
I see. The Soul. Oh, really? You couldn't get into Soul Warden? Oh my God!
I couldn't get into
Jesus
Soul Warden.
Christ.
I'm running 2 of it, and I think
Two?
that,
No. You got to run 4, son. You got to run them in 4s.
I'm not going to run Soul Warden in 4s during an exploration. We said that wasn't allowed anymore.
Oh, I thought we re-allowed it. I run 4s of lots of shit.
Oh, okay.
I mean, okay. What did I run 4s of? I run 4s of Birds of Paradise and
Birds of Paradise and
Llanowar
probably.
Elves. Yeah, those are the only ones I ran at 4s. Everything else was 1 or 2.
Okay.
Those 2.
Whereas I'm running 2 of everything.
I
So
see. Fucking Kitnal Flute. I was really hoping I was gonna at least get a Kitnal Flute, because as soon as I realized
the Kaino Flute is not as good as you want me to believe
it is with ramp, and I'll explain why. If I open with like 2 forests, birds, Llanowar Elves, and anything else that'll give me mana, I got a Kitnal Flute, tap it for 0, pull the Ornithopter from my deck because it costs 0, and then cast it because it costs 0. That's my Kitnal Flute play, and I love it, but I couldn't do it because Grat kept killing my Kitnal Flute, and it was annoying. Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to actually open up that specific combo, and then the rest of your hand is
Well,
dead.
yeah, the rest of the hand is dead, but I got a fucking Kitnal Flute now. Now I start, pulling the power right from my deck.
Well, assuming they're not up against decent white-green, which in this case you were not.
Not to mention the Kitnal Flute is a little on the rare side. At least in as of this recording date, anyway.
Mm-hmm. So yes, 10th edition more or less is more so about celebrating a lot of the high power stuff that is currently in Magic the Gathering's recent history. We get Kitnal Flute, which actually is a good card. I just don't like it. Ornithopter, which has got decent amounts of stuff associated with it. Loxodon Warhammer, Birds of Paradise, Llanowar Elves. Great ramp cards. We get Soul Warden. We get Holy Day, which is the color shifted fog. We get Glorious Anthem.
Telephone ringing
which
somewhere.
Is
Silence you.
the king of all white white weenie
Stop
decks.
it, you.
Elvish Piper, which is okay, just not
Let
great.
him-
Troll Aesthetic,
Oh, damn
which
it.
again is okay, just not great.
Damn it.
Effectively, Troll Aesthetic's got it gets reworded into hexproof later, but yeah. What 10th edition more or less is a celebration of Magic the Gathering's recent history,
Yes.
and I like that about it a lot. The Aven and Skyhunter tribes are both almost fully realized here, and yeah, I personally think that this is actually a really good set to play with. It is a core set, to be perfectly honest, and those are supposed to be really good to play with. But core sets at this time didn't have that tagline. So,
Well, I'm sure they had at least some stipulation of being more at center and a little more free to pick from among a variety of sets versus just locking into what it's trying to make good inside of its own set, which is nice. And, well, it's funny you mention that this is kind of like a core set. We got a lot of really powerful cards in this set. A lot of really expensive, powerful cards. Some are more consistent than others. Sarah Angel, arguably, is probably one of the most consistent big drop cards that's in 10th edition.
how do you feel about the Critter Lands? Because I honestly
Critter
like
Lands.
the Critter Lands. I just don't think that the Critter Lands that we got were actually all that
I mean,
good.
I felt that I was running the best of the the second best. The 3/3 ape you get with the Treetop Village, in my opinion, is the best of the land creatures. The second best is actually the blue land creature, the one that gives you a 2/1 with flying until end of turn.
I have to disagree. The problem with the Fairy Avian with the Fairy Aviary very specifically is that it's a 2/1 and it it dies to like everything.
Except creatures
There
that don't have flying.
Yeah, it's not going to die to creature combat, but it doesn't need to die to creature combat when red has got shock, cone of flame, beacon of destruction, a whole bunch of single target burn spells are in red. Just because you're not running them doesn't mean that they aren't there.
Well, it does have a way of punishing players for overextending, so it creates a board. I agree that it dies to removal, yes, and it only has 1 toughness, but it creates a board state situation in which your opponent has to consider whether or not they will survive, because you do have that back row option of getting a 2/1 basically out of nowhere, and for all intents and purposes it has haste. So, and a careless player might even die of it.
I will grant that, but I honestly think that the Treetop Village is the best one, specifically because it's a 3/3 with trample.
For 2,
and
yeah.
At 2, that is at very premium stats. And I personally think that the Forbidding Launcher is the second best one, simply because a 1/5 is very, very difficult for most of the other colors to deal with. Red can deal with it, but it has to spend a shit ton of mana to do so.
Perhaps, yeah.
And the instant that you were worried about, I actually did have in game 1. It's called Condemn. This thing is is fucking amazing.
Well, Condemn definitely would have put a monkey in things, but there's another card. Now I'm going to go into the search bar in order to find it. Mana cost is W, and when you put W into the thing, this is what comes up: Righteousness. Target blocking creature gets +7/+7 until end of turn. I'm actually kind of surprised you weren't running that.
Why would I want that?
Because it's a trap.
Like you never. It's a very good trap, but in order for it to work, you have to attack me.
I was attacking you, presumably that my creatures were going to survive the attack, but not if you suddenly gave them +7/+7 to kill them.
Yeah, and if I had any creatures that were able to block multiple creatures, then that would actually work really well. But giving Sarah multi-block is something that that doesn't allow. So
the beast with 100 arms, or something.
Yeah. So this has been us exploring Magic the Gathering's 10th edition. Tune in next time when I get to pick out the next set that we get to explore. It's probably going to be something a bit more recent. We're not doing Strixhaven next, just because Strixhaven is literally brand new. Although I do have a standard deck that's running Strixhaven stuff right now. I want to show that off the cloud because it promises to be very rage-inducing.
Very ragey. Oh yes, Gerdad has his ways. We have learned, both on and off recording.
Yes.
In Magic.
All right, everyone. Be safe.
Peace out, y'all. Thanks for watching.